Welcome everybody to the Five Star Frogcast, I should say, the Frogcasties, our annual end of the year award episode, Christmas special, whatever you want to call it. This is it. I'm your host, Kevin Amador. With me, T Money, Tyler Harrison, and Anthony Lopes on
We
the
got
Frogcast.
a new little presentation area going on right here for this
Nice
episode.
logo.
Might be a new debut of the logos. We don't know. The Frogcasties are back. 2024. Boom.
2024
Thank
edition.
you.
This
Your
is
head fits
yeah.
perfectly.
I know.
It actually does.
It actually does. There we go.
This is the
This
third year
perfect.
we're doing this. So it's obviously, like I said, big finale episode of the year where we just, who cares about the Slammies? We do the Frogcasties in the
Yeah.
show. And for all our YouTube viewers, you definitely have to go check it out on YouTube because then you'll see the logo.
There's more. Yeah, there's gonna be visuals too. I think this one's the only year
course.
where we push for the visuals.
But
So
yeah,
hopefully,
we this year we got an additional award. We went best on the mic as our 12th and final award.
yeah.
Last year we had 11, so now we added the 12. Maybe next year we'll add even
Yep.
more if we can think of any more. I mean, we've pretty much hit everything you can think of. So this year, I gotta give it to I gotta give it to H because he made it very difficult for me and Tyler and Tony, obviously, to choose on a couple different awards, I guess you could say.
Yeah. If we were doing honestly best brand of the year, I think WWE would win.
Yeah.
So let's give them an honorary award.
Overall, yeah.
Honorary
WWE best brand.
best brand. I think almost all awards are gonna be strictly WWE, basically because that's the product we watched. AEW, unfortunately, I was watching it and then I stopped. So there's one person I could maybe give it to, but we'll see. I'm still kind of deciding on that one, but
All right. Which one we
for
gonna
my
kick off with? I'm very excited.
I feel like we gotta start with something big. And then you gotta end with like best male, I think is what you end with.
Yeah,
That's
we end with
male,
best
okay.
male, but I think we should start off big and go best jobber.
Okay.
And I want to kick it off strong. We were talking about this, me and Kevin, earlier today about who could be the best jobber. He said there might be a 2-time champion here.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, yeah, but I disagree. I'm going with this man has won championships this year. This man has joined Judgment Day this year. And this man is fighting Butch right now. The OG jobber of many years. R-Truth. That's my jobber of the year.
Or
Give it up for R-Truth, everyone. It's a great pick. I mean, come on. I already said everything I needed to say for him. He has done it all. He's won championships, joined factions, and has basically continued to be funny. He was one of the better returns a few years ago, or a year ago. I think it was a year ago, yeah. So I'm going with R-Truth, best jobber of the year.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Do you want me to go or do you want to go, Tony?
I can go.
You can go. Yeah.
I'm gonna start off by saying most of my picks are WWE.
Yeah.
AEW, the wrestling is amazing. I watch all the Dynamites, but I can't watch Collisions. And the pay-per-views, like once it started going from like 4 a year to like 12 a year, I stopped watching the pay-per-views. But I know like the Bryan Danielson matches have been amazing. I've seen clips, but I'm gonna stick to WWE just because that's the most thing I've watched.
Yep.
For jobber of the year, I had a few picks, but I'm going with Giovanni Vinci.
That's a smart one.
The guy comes out and he gets taken out of Imperium. He has vignettes. He's gonna be this big debut. I don't know who he faced, but he lost like in seconds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And then-
Apollo Crews.
Oh my god, even worse.
That's another guy you could also put there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I forgot
So-
about them.
And then he hasn't matched the first match was like seconds, and then the next week I think he fought him again. I think he still lost, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty sure he did, yeah.
And then he's been gone for like ever.
Yeah.
And now I think we saw him like a few weeks ago backstage, like just like that. Like yeah, so that's my jobber of the year.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Apollo Crews could be another one. I was
for
talking
sure.
to Tony, not to Tony, to Tyler. I was thinking maybe The Miz, just because he's kind of in the later half of the year, he's kind of turned into a jobber. And there's one more guy. Well, he's not in the company anymore, but that would have been a perfect pick. What's it? He was gonna join New Day.
Oh, Odyssey Jones.
Odyssey Jones.
Odyssey Jones.
He was
that
gonna
would
have
be
a big
hilarious.
push.
He can't
That
be
would've
a
been
jobber. That man
hilarious. I know,
came
I
in
know.
and dominated.
That would have been hilarious to pick him. Just to have him on the show. But no, I'm two-time Tozawa. I think it just goes off the tongue nicely. Two-time Tozawa. I don't think there's much to really say. I think we gave him the jobber of the year. Well, I actually put Otis last year. I remember. It was a heartbreak to Tyler, but
That was
you guys
Otis's
both gave it to
last year.
Tozawa, and
Yeah,
I
last
think
year.
he's stayed a jobber ever since. And you know what?
Just-
He's good at it.
Just
He's
you
good at
wait.
his role.
Next week he's facing, or I don't know. I think it's next week. He's facing Chad Gable.
Oh,
Is he
yeah.
actually wrestling again? I didn't
Yeah.
know this.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was Monday. Gable. He came back and he wants to fight each member of the old Alpha Academy, I guess.
Oh,
Okay.
So we'll see
Interesting,
what
um,
Tozawa has next week.
Yeah, maybe this will be the rise of Tozawa, the return. He'll become most improved for 2025.
Next year, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Tozawa, I don't think there's much to really say about him. You know, he's part of the Alpha Academy. He does all the commercials, mid pay-per-views and all that stuff. Takes all the L's and still very popular. So, best jobber goes for Tozawa for me. Let's move on. We start big there, big jobber. So, let's move to. Let's do best on the mic, the newest award.
I've got this one.
It'd be great if we all picked the same person for this one.
We could
But I
have,
don't
we
think
did.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we. Yeah.
did. I might, maybe.
Maybe I'll go first. And I mean, it's the catchphrase. Everyone knows it. When everybody's saying L.A.
that's
Knight. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
a
a good
good
one.
pick.
LA
Yeah,
Knight's my
he's
best on the
been-
mic. Anytime he's on the mic, it's always good. There's never anything negative I can really say about his promos. He's had some really good moments. I think one of them was more early 2024 when he called out Logan Paul.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. I mean, anytime he talks, it's always
was
good. He
around
always gets the crowd
SummerSlam.
behind him.
Yeah.
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 He
I mean,
when he
all the
mispronounced
fans.
Ulafala, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, it's all that stuff, right? Like he thinks right on the spot. Like it doesn't seem like it's all like scripted. Sometimes he has like creative thinking, I think, and he just kind of goes out
Yeah.
there and says something.
He works with the crowd, right?
Yeah. He hears what the crowd says. The crowd loves him already. So he
Then
kind of hears
comebacks.
him. He looks at the wrestler. He's like, I got something to say to you now. It's perfect. So he's best on the mic, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't think about him. Tony, you can go
I'm
next.
surprised.
Whatever you have.
I had like three in mind. Obviously, Punk and Drew, those two on the mic. But you know what? I'm gonna go with The Rock.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that's a good one.
That's the earlier this year. earlier this year, he comes out and he spits fire at Cody, and I think his backstage promo with him where he beats the shit out of him
Oh yeah.
and then talks to the camera like after it's rolling. That was awesome. Yeah, heel Rock this year is my best on the mic.
That's a good pick.
pick.
That's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
You know what? I was thinking who I wanted, and this I was just thinking about like the LA Knight. I didn't think about him. Gunther has been fire on the mic this year.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of good
Underrated pick there for Wrestling Mike.
That is good. Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
my pick for best on the mic is Drew McIntyre. I think he stepped his game up to a whole new level of what he has
100%.
done with his mic, even off the mic on Twitter. I think he's been on a roll. I think this is honestly, if Drew McIntyre won a World Heavyweight Championship this year, he could have probably been Superstar of the Year.
Well,
I think
he
he's
did.
missing the title.
He
For
did.
like
He did
5
win.
minutes.
That's right. For
a
5
combined
minutes,
of 5 minutes, basically.
yeah.
Okay.
If he
Well,
had a decent reign,
Yeah.
he probably
Right.
could have been a Superstar of the Year the way he's been performing. He's arguably has Match of the Year, arguably has Rivalry of the Year. There's so many more
Huge.
that can go on and on with him. So I'm going with best on the mic this year as Drew McIntyre, who just returned this past week or 2 weeks ago, and is still
Which-
spitting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which actually he wasn't supposed to, but Bronson
Oh.
Reed got hurt, so they made
that's right, that's
McIntyre come back sooner
No,
because they wanted Rollins and Bronson to still feud.
So I guarantee you that he was supposed to probably come back on Netflix. So
Probably
it seems like
Netflix
it's
or
the only choice.
yeah,
Or
or
yeah.
they're gonna postpone it to the Rumble. But yeah, he came back early, and
Surprised
I
I
mean
didn't
none
know
of us are
this.
complaining. It's always good. So
Oh, no, that's great.
now it's a good pick from both of you as well. The Rock and Drew McIntyre are both very good on the mic, and Gunther was an underrated.
Just
guy
the way
who
he
also-
builds people up and then tears them down.
Yeah, he just
I
tears them down. And he's like the perfect heel.
I love it.
He
The old-fashioned-
backs it up. He
Yeah.
talks it, but he can back it up. So it's
No
perfect.
cheap heat. He does it. He just does it perfectly.
Yeah, we got 2 ones out of there. Let's So we did that. We did that. Let's go to We'll do the worst moment of the year.
This one's perfect.
Let's
I-
let Tony go first this time.
Okay,
because
let
He's
Tony
went
go
in the
first.
middle both times, so let's let Tony go first.
Oh
this
man.
time. I think
So I have 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just name one right now. The one that I pick. My worst moment of the year. I'm also gonna go with. It's gonna be like the worst. It's gonna be a match for me,
Yeah.
because this match has been building. You think that they're gonna have a stellar match, 5-star match together, and then it was just a dud. And that's Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
had-
a good one.
They had the feud leading into WrestleMania. Jay's super hot, and it's just dead. Like, it didn't do it for me. I had a couple others, but I'll save that to after you guys.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah,
That one
that's
is,
a good one. It didn't really live up to its opportunity, which is
I
it's
think 'cause-
unfortunate because it's such a good match.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
There's
too bad.
always something
No,
bad about each show.
It was it was he was they built it up so good,
And then
right?
you'd think they'd
and
They-
then yeah.
coexist, like be good together, but no.
I think it was timing on like what they
Oh.
had, because if you looked, like the main event was so long,
Mhm.
almost like at parts is like you can take this out and kind of get her going.
give it to them.
But
yeah.
I think it was the timing that they had. They didn't give them enough time. I think if they gave them 20 minutes, classic. they gave him like 12 minutes or something like that.
Probably with entrance. Yeah.
It just wasn't enough, especially because the Usos are so like flashy and quick in their moves. Like it's not like
Yeah.
you got to give it a little more time, I think, sometimes. But yeah. Tyler, do you want to go?
Yes. I've been looking to see if I could find it. Sadly, I couldn't. Because I was gonna go off and off. I was gonna go on and on about it. Like I was gonna copy. This is one of my first AEW awards. I've actually give AEW.
I have a feeling I know you're going with here.
No, you probably
Please
know.
tell me this is.
There was a time in April before WrestleMania, CM Punk was on Ariel Hawani's show, talking about the whole AEW thing, and in response, Adam Copeland, aka Edge, went on the next night to deliver a promo, and that promo, before going into WrestleMania for WWE, was one of the most forced and terrible promos in his career.
Yep.
And the way he was going on about it, acting like
Rah speech.
yeah, it was a big rah, let's get the locker room together speech, and it fell flat. And that's not probably because of Adam Copeland. That's not on Edge. I feel like that's on Tony Khan. Should have
100%.
Yeah.
A real wrestler or someone who's been in the business a long time would have been like, look, Adam, it's not that serious. Like, yeah, he said his thing, whatever. We'll take it on the lips, take it on the chin, and we'll move forward. Instead of being like, yes, do it. Obviously, up there, CM Punk's brawl could have been thrown up there.
I thought you were gonna say
I think
when they. Go ahead.
But the reason why I think it wasn't as bad as people thought, I thought it worked wonders because it changed the Young Bucks heel, and it introduced back Jack Perry as a great funny heel, and then obviously I could have mentioned Tony Khan getting socked in the face. That was probably what Kevin thought I was gonna go with.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
there's that, and there's actually another one.
So when they released the footage,
yeah,
that whole storyline went nowhere. They like
I know,
the
like
Bucks
everything in AEW.
It just ended. Like the Bucks were.
Yeah, but we all knew that was gonna happen. But at least like it turned them heel. It kind of like continue with the momentum. Brought back, like I said, Jack Perry as the scapegoat. So there was some decence out of it. I just think people were upset. I think people were expecting something different, despite them actually showing it. It was like underwhelming. But anyways, I'm going with Adam Copeland's raw speech because it was just garbage.
Yeah.
At a time where they knew WWE was, just let it happen. What do you got, Kevin?
Yeah. As you were kind of speaking there, one thing that came to mind, well, when Tony Khan came out and he announced those the two Japanese wrestlers and no one even cared. That one is up there for me. That's an honorable mention. I'm good. Sorry, but that's something.
I felt bad for those two.
That was bad. Like no one said anything. The other one, I can't even think of it now. It'll come back to my head at some point. But my actual one, I have to say, he had the great match at Backlash. I think not too long after he got hurt, and then he comes back, and he gets hurt right away. It's AJ Styles.
Oh. Yeah.
He comes back, and he gets hurt right away again, and it's a big injury, and now he's maybe coming back soon. That was just a bad moment, really more for him. Especially because he has so much upside, and he can put on a 5-star match like he did with Cody at Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
Probably could have done another 2 matches with Cody, or maybe some with Kevin Owens, building up to everything that's going on right now. So I put that as my worst moment, but my other one would be Tony Khan.
That was good.
I also had I didn't put it down because it worked out. But when The Rock tried to take over Cody's spot.
Yeah.
But then the fan turned it around, so.
Yeah.
But the one moment in War Games when Nia Jax is hitting with the chair and she pops, and I was like,
yeah, that's another bad one. There's a
Yeah.
lot of there's been
That's
pretty good
that's
ones.
one of the worst botches of the year for sure. Like that was
Yeah. I think that's
She, like-
on.
barely did anything.
Was that on? That was on. I guess it's on Bailey too, because it was Trinity. I don't know. I think it was on.
It's
Bailey.
on all three.
Because
I don't know.
she wasn't in the right position, but she shouldn't have swung unless she
Yeah,
knew.
yeah.
I don't know.
It was
wasn't that great.
probably some miscommunication. Something should have happened. It didn't happen. And then Nia Jax is like, "Hey, quick filler."
Most of that match was slow and
Sloppy at
botch
times.
heavy.
It had
Yeah,
when
sloppy.
when it picked up, it was good,
Yeah.
but it was sloppy at times, and it was obvious when it was. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that was good there. So we did worst moment. Let's do the best moment of
Okay.
2024. It only makes sense.
I guess I'll start this one off.
Okay.
Best moment. I think this is pretty easy. You know.
Yeah. I think
It's
we're gonna
what we-
have similar.
It's what we built up to for the last year, and then the whole Rock thing, and then everything happened. It's Cody Rhodes finishing his story technically.
I
It's
had
chapter.
that, and I took it away.
Yeah.
Put me
I
up
went
for
with
that
him.
too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just perfect storytelling at its finest. We all knew with Michael Cole getting emotional, the build up to it with The Undertaker and John Cena and all of them, you know, all that's fun stuff there. Also, though, could have thrown them calling Bruce Pritchard to come into the ring up there for worst moment as well, because it was so awkward to celebrate. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Anything else you want to add there, Tony? That I'm probably missing.
No, I agree. It's what a year's worth of story at least.
Yeah.
Cody, like he was losing the fans in AEW. He comes to WWE. He becomes like one of the best wrestlers in the company, the most loved wrestler. He doesn't finish the story a year before. The year after he does it. That's my moment of the year.
No, that's fair. I had that, and I took it off because I actually had another one too.
right.
I'll say my first and I'll mention the other one.
Okay.
So I was live in person when this happened, and I'm telling you, when you guys will experience
Oh yeah.
a
I think.
stadium crowd, because it's insane live. Like maybe not on TV, but in live, when something big happens, you know it's happening. It's Dirty Dom turning on Rhea Ripley and then kissing Liv Morgan at
That's not what I
SummerSlam.
thought you were gonna
That
say.
is the best moment because I was there and like you just see it happening from a distance and it was so loud and it was
yeah.
the reactions were insane. It was
Yeah, that was probably
awesome to be there for that.
I forgot you went to SummerSlam.
I did.
Honestly, I'm surprised that was brought up for worst moment. John Cena retiring because you talked about stadium shows. and going to-
No.
It's still a little shocking. But you got this as your best moment, Kevin.
This is my best moment. Dirty Dom turning on Rhea Ripley
Yeah,
and then
that's
joining
fair. That's fair.
Because
Liv
you're there.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm there, and also it's just such a big moment
It is a big
Um,
moment.
of the year.
I like how the kiss
and-
wasn't planned, by the way. Apparently.
No, that too. Everyone just thought they were gonna like look at each other, hug, and then walk away. They ended up kissing. I'm like, oh crap, here we go. No, that's the best. The other, I have to shout out the Backlash crowd.
my
Insane
God.
moment there.
Yep.
When they were like saying phenomenal to AJ Styles.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was an insane moment for me.
And the camera shaking.
The
while-
camera literally shaking. That was insane. That was the
Yeah.
other one I had, obviously, and I also had Cody Rhodes beating Roman Reigns. But then I thought, you know what, Tyler and Tony probably gonna go with that one. I want to give an award to someone else, so I went a little different.
Shout
Um,
out to the international crowds this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been popping off.
Like
I mean, hey, Canada's
Toronto,
international
Berlin,
too.
yeah. Toronto, Germany, France.
You know,
I don't
Sydney
know.
didn't live up to their hype. I feel
Uh,
because they were in
No.
Elimination Chamber last
Yeah.
year.
yeah.
But it's okay. Look at their chance again.
That France crowd though killed it.
France crowd, nothing beats that.
Was
That
insane.
or Bad Bunny's entrance in Peru in
Yeah,
Puerto
Puerto
Rico
Rico.
was insane
Oh,
too.
Puerto Rico. Yeah.
That's like a year ago, but you know. Still
Yeah.
insane reaction there. So, let's move on. We've done. I'm trying to look at what we've done. There. Okay, let's get one of the more wrestler themed ones done here. Let's do best tag team
Okay.
of the year. I know Tony
Yeah.
had some issues here. Tony probably still got some issues on this one.
I still have issues. You want me to start this off?
Hey, if you want to go,
Yeah,
I
I
can
might as
start it
well.
off. If
Yeah, you
want.
go. You go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I think the only person that may also win the same thing is Tyler, because Tyler also paid attention to NXT.
Oh, I was gonna put them. If I think I know who you're going with, I was gonna put them.
I'm going with Axiom and Nathan Frazier, Fraxium, as the best tag team of 2024. Two-time tag team champions, both of them now, I think over 100 days on each.
Yep.
The last match they had, Axiom had 2 matches in the same night. They always defy the odds against them. I come at them basically, and they somehow pull it off each time. They're putting on banger after banger. So, and we saw the one at we all saw that at Heat Wave, right? So yeah, no, I had to go for Axiom here for the best tag team of the year.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I did actually have it. I was looking them up. I was wondering because I was wondering how long their reign is, and they were like they won it September 1st of 2024. So I was like, oh, that's not. I mean, it's long, but it's not. What
They won it earlier, and then they lost it to Chase U
Like, they
at
lost
Heat
it, right?
Wave.
Yeah, they chase you. Yep, that's right. That's right.
And then they won it back.
They won it back. So they really did play. They really did do good. But I went with a team that is prestige in NXT at one point. This team that broke up for a bit. This team that one of their members got let go, and we were there when he returned. This team that won the championship against Fatu, and who else did he face? Who else was on the Bloodline team? I don't remember. They won it
Tonga?
from them. Yeah, Tonga. Yeah, they won it from.
Tonga
Oh yeah, it
Loa?
was Tonga. Yeah, it was
Or Tama
Fatu
Tonga?
wasn't there. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
Yeah.
This team that just recently beat Motor City Machine Guns. This team. Oh, it was actually no, sorry, it was Theory and Waller. That's who they beat, not them. They lost it to them. But this team beat Machine Gun, turn heel. They're looking good. DIY. I think they did a lot this year. I enjoyed them. They look good, and they seem like they're enjoying being a heel together now. We all thought, Tommaso Ciampa's gonna turn again, but no, I like it. I like it.
I was thinking them too. But I also thought that this year, tag teams, Triple H, I think, has dropped the ball on tag team
Yeah,
wrestling.
that I agree.
Yeah.
When it comes to the titles, like right now you have, sorry, they just lost it. Balor and McDonough. They had the belts for 100 and some odd days, and
They defended it twice or something like that.
yeah. So this year I noticed that the belts have been like in factions, and they just don't get defended. Same with when the bloodline, the new bloodline had the titles on SmackDown.
It was
They
literally
barely
Austin,
defended it.
It was Austin Theory and Waller that held it the longest out of those three,
Yeah.
the 4 people that had it,
Yeah.
and they
Um,
defended it kind of decently. But yeah,
Yeah, it's it was hard for me to pick a tag team. Obviously, DIY is doing well right now. So I went with Bianca and Jade just because their storytelling, and they've had it twice, or they just won it back, even though Jade's injured right now. Yeah, I went with them just because of they defended it more often. They went to NXT. They did this and that.
I like that pick.
Yeah, I went.
That's
with Bianca.
actually that was a very underrated pick. I didn't even think of them. That was a good pick. I think honestly, probably they do deserve best tag team of the year. Other than Axiom's a good pick too.
Oh, Axiom. Yeah, if I watched NXT more often,
I
I heard.
think about them. Yeah. They put on some shows. I like them.
They
They're
put on
cheap.
good matches, and you know,
But-
Jade Cargill and Bianca's definitely a really good pick as well. I think they were voted maybe by PWI. I'm not too sure. I have
Yeah.
to look into that as the best tag team of the year.
Oh, good.
Um,
They deserve it. But
I
this
probably
year in
deserve it.
general, tag teams haven't been good. This has
No.
been a lackluster year
That's
for tag
the
teams.
one thing H has to
Yeah.
improve on, I think, in the new year.
But it's
But
not
I
even
get
H,
it.
it's AEW as well. Like Young
Well,
Bucks
okay,
had-
now the thing with AEW, there's just too much teams
that's what I'm
going
saying.
on there.
There's so it's not like this year's just dropped the ball for tag teams. They need to figure it out. Even TNA, I don't remember much. Like, it just seems like we're slowly turning into factions rather than tag teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, you kind of have to, like, watch out for, because you get into an AEW situation where now you have,
Too many factions.
or soon to be, what, like, quad champions or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not here to see that. Like, Trio is already pushing it. It's got to stick to the 2-on-2 tag team type of matches, but, you know, hopefully H can work on the tag team division side of things. You know, work closely with Shawn Michaels, bringing up some talent to bolster both tag team divisions on Raw and SmackDown. You know, we'll see. But yeah. So let's move on now. Let's start off, or not start off, let's continue, that's what I should say, with, let's go to best pay-per-view of the year. A little bigger one here. And for me, there was probably two that I could put onto this one. It's tough because it's a little biased in a way because I was there for one.
Mhm.
But in reality, it actually was a pretty good pay-per-view, and a lot of big things did happen. Some title changes, some big, team disbanding basically, and reforming a different team. So part of me wants to pick it, but then, WrestleMania 40 was also overall pretty good. And I don't think any of you are gonna pick the other one. Maybe you will.
Are you considering WrestleMania a one night show, or are we kind of considering separate pay-per-views? Because they're technically separate pay-per-views. Because if I'm being honest,
I'm putting
night
it-
one was all right, but night two was way better.
Yes, that's the thing. But I'm kind of just doing like all as one.
Okay, that's right.
Nah, screw it. I'm gonna go SummerSlam as the best
Okay.
pay-per-view of the year.
Oh, it's a good argument there.
That is, yeah.
I already said everything of why. So I'm gonna go SummerSlam as the best pay-per-view of the year. Big title changes, good matches overall, big moments that happened, and then obviously Judgment Day basically blowing up. And Roman Reigns' return. That was
Yeah, that was a big
also
pop for you.
really big pop. Almost lost my voice there. So yeah, I'll say that. And SummerSlam as a whole was just a fun time. Like, I'm telling you guys, stadium shows,
bet-
I hope they do something like they did with SummerSlam, because it was a lot of fun. Like the outside show, like I saw Pat
That would be
McAfee.
really
He
cool.
walked like right by me. Like, it was really cool. Really
That's
cool
awesome.
stuff.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
go.
I feel like I know he's gonna go.
All right. No, actually, you don't. This one, I'm throwing people for a loop because I did think about SummerSlam, title changes, Roman Reigns to Kiss. I did think about WrestleMania. I'm gonna say night two because I'm gonna separate them. Night one wasn't that. It was good, but it wasn't. It was a decent pay per view. But night two was the night one was the appetizer. Night two was the main course. So night two, I thought
the main
of.
event.
Yeah. I also thought about Backlash. Bad Blood had a good one, but I went deep in the bag here, and I pulled out one from the other company.
Yeah.
AEW Revolution.
Yeah,
Sting's
yeah.
retirement. I feel that pay-per-view was actually good. Will Ospreay match was good. Daniel Bryan versus Eddie Kingston. I'm a big Eddie Kingston hater, but they put on a decent match there. But obviously the main event was Sting and Darby Allin, which was actually a good match.
Oh, phenomenal.
Was it crazy? Absolutely. But it was a good match. Like they couldn't get any better than that. So
No,
yeah,
that's a great pick, and I think I was always I looked up all the like words and stuff and what people are
Yeah.
saying, and yeah, Revolution is up there for everybody. So that's a good pick, definitely.
WrestleMania is like, it's like the one I wanted to go with, but you know what? I decided to go with Money in the Bank just because we were there.
Yeah.
So this is a little biased.
no, that's fair though. That's a good pay-per-view.
Like when you open up the pay-per-view with Jey Uso coming in through the crowd, and I just remember seeing the entire crowd like
Eating.
do his like eating,
Yeah.
and that was a moment for me. That was really cool. Like the crowd was amazing. The Money in the Bank matches were great. I enjoyed those. We had like I was shocked when Cena came out.
Yep.
That was a really cool moment for me too. I was trying to figure out all the times that I went if I've ever seen Cena, and I couldn't. Have you seen Cena, Kevin?
No, that was the
No,
one time I've seen Cena.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I went in
We'll get number 2 soon.
2013, and I'm not sure if he was there,
No,
but
never seen.
that was really cool for me.
I think cool for all of us, to be honest. That was
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah,
The
for all of
only
us.
thing that disappointed me in that was that they didn't announce the whiteout. They should have done it like earlier in the event so that it would have been looked better. Because I feel like they wanted to do a whiteout and it just didn't pop the way they wanted to.
that was weird. Yeah,
I thought
Yeah.
it would correlate with Jey Uso, kind of.
yeah.
Because let's be real, everyone wearing white doing the
That would've-
yeet would have been crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, and then we had CM Punk costing,
Yeah.
was
Drew.
it
Drew.
the match? Yeah,
Yep.
and then
Damian
Sami-
Priest not kicking out at 3. That was another big
Oh,
one.
that was a botch.
Yeah, the botch.
Yeah, that could have been worst moment too. That was up there, but I
No,
gave him
it's
the
up
benefit of
there.
the doubt. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was just knocked out. You can't fault someone for that, so it can't be a worse moment. Plus, him nearly breaking his ankle over the top rope was probably worse.
Yeah.
Honestly, Damian Priest had a little rough run this year.
Yeah.
Sometimes as champion.
Was. Yeah, no, that's a good pick though. Money in the Bank.
Yeah, WrestleMania was probably the best.
Yeah.
Overall pay-per-view, but for me, just being there and
Yeah.
I do got a question for you. When Shield's theme hit, though, did you all also think that there could be a chance they somehow got John Moxley?
No.
Oh,
You know,
no.
you didn't
Too
think
much
that?
money.
There,
Too
No.
much
there
money.
was just a part of me that was like, wait, it could.
That's
There's
one
a
guy.
sniff.
One guy, even money
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
That's one guy though Tony Khan wouldn't allow. Cause that's
I don't
kind
even
of
think.
no, it that's AEW's guy,
No,
right?
no, I was gonna say I don't even think John Moxley wants to go back anyways.
No.
Oh no.
No, there's no way. Even for some moment like that, he wouldn't care. Because
So there was a part of me that believed.
yeah. No, I'm always a fan of being on the bias side because you go to the event, you have the moment, and you
Yeah.
know, it makes sense.
It hits more. It hits more.
It hits
It
more.
does.
I'm telling you guys, stadium show. I'm hoping the chamber hits because it's
I can't
it's
wait.
fun. It's fun. Let's move on now. So we did best pay per view. Let's do best feud. Best feud of the year. We're getting up there to the single awards. But yeah, let's do best feud here. And this one was easy for me. Honestly,
Yeah,
it really
same here.
was.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's CM Punk and Drew McIntyre for me.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think we're all in agreement, right?
All
I'm-
agreement?
I'm 100%.
We
there
did it.
was-
Close second though for me. Swerve Strickland versus Adam Page.
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
good too.
Okay.
that was good too. That was like kind of the turning point for me. When that feud ended, I kind of stopped, like
Yeah.
fully, kind of trying to watch AEW.
Mhm.
I know the stuff here and there, but yeah,
The only thing
Uh,
is there was so many turns in character in that it just
Exactly.
didn't. That's the part where it
Yeah.
lost me. But
Yeah.
the match,
Matches
The
were
match-
insane.
made up. Yeah.
that
Um,
that no DQ match where they
Yes.
stapled each other, that was
Yeah.
Oh, the thing. Yeah, the Texas.
I got that.
Texas.
I don't know which
Deathmatch,
paper that. Yeah, the Texas Death Match. I don't know what pay-per-view that was. I got it, and it was.
It was
That was
actually. So
That
the
was
thing
a-
I would have counted for 2024 because it was technically after we did the Slammies or the Frogcastians. It
Was
was in
that in-
December. It was in
That was in
December
December?
2023.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I would consider that if you wanted to make that match of the year. If you still thinking about that, I would count it because it technically, like anything now after, it's like I'm considering because like it's tough.
I think
It was-
the Slammies.
it's like
they
the
do
tail
that.
end. Yeah,
They
it
do,
was like
like-
the tail end of 2023. So I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
that's 2023.
Yeah, no, CM Punk Drew McIntyre though I think is the best feud of the year, hands down. You know, started off for SummerSlam in a more of a fun gimmick match. You know, you got Seth Rollins there, who's not clear to compete, but he's involved, making everyone think it's gonna be like a Bret Hart, Undertaker type of Shawn Michaels, those three type of moment. Doesn't really happen, and then you got Bash in Berlin, another gimmick strap match, good match, and then Hell in a Cell. No better way to finish it off for a feud there. So I'm glad we all picked the same one there. I knew we were going to eventually get something here.
That was.
So-
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There were some points when it came to the bracelet that it was
Yeah.
taking too long, but I enjoyed it overall.
Oh, and that was an easy one, so we can just move on. And
Yeah.
let's do best comeback of the year. Maybe we all do the same one for this one too.
I don't think so. I don't know. I went deep with this one as well.
Okay. Do you want me to go first again, or do you want to?
I can go first. I'll go
Okay,
first.
yeah.
I was thinking about it. I'll be real. My original comeback was CM Punk. He was injured. He came back. He had a couple of great matches with Drew McIntyre. His War Game match was pretty good. But then I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? No, because someone out there. Not only did they win gold this year when they came back right away, but they also got a whole new change to them. A change that should have happened, like, first off, this change should have never happened because they should have continued being who they were in NXT. War Raiders are come back for me because they were gone for a while. The injuries kept happening.
Yeah,
It was, I think it was Eric by himself, or was it Ivar? Ivar by himself for a while.
Ivar
Eric.
by himself.
Yeah.
No,
Was it
But Eric was hurt. Or
Eric
Eric was
was
hurt.
I think it was
Ivar
hurt.
was.
by
Yeah.
himself?
What either way, the bigger dude went to NXT, did a couple of things, and then Triple H is like, you know what? Finally, we'll go back to the War Raiders. Thank goodness, they look way better than
Yes.
Vikings. Come
Yes.
back, win the championship, have a couple of great matches. By the way, I think they wrestled Alpha Academy, or not Alpha
Yeah,
Academy, American Made, or whatever their team name is.
Yeah.
And
and
they
then
just kept
wrestled.
bouncing. Yeah, and then they wrestled New Day, and then they wrestled
Ben.
the champions. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
I like
It was
that
that's a
pick.
good pick. That's a
I
good
think
pick.
they're gonna have a good start of 2025 too.
Yeah, that's a good pick there, Tyler. Do you want me to go, Tony? You want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
My comeback wrestler of the year. He was gone for a while, and he came back with a new look, a new character, and he really defined himself. My comeback wrestler of the year is Bo Dallas.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he is. Was he released?
Oh, way back, yeah, he was definitely
Yeah.
released.
It was
yeah.
a while ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, his brother sadly passes away.
Yeah.
He comes back to the WWE, takes on the Wyatt faction, I guess, or gimmick, and really makes it his own, right?
Are they still considered the Wyatt Six, or are they just sick?
Why is
Wyatt.
six?
Yeah,
Sick,
Yeah,
but it's like
they
spelled
were-
sick.
yeah,
Yeah.
like SICK, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, that's a great pick. that you mentioned it, because obviously he was released. He was planning to come back. I think the idea was he came.
Yes.
Obviously, he came back. He was Uncle Howdy, but he came back, and eventually he was going to be in this group with Bray, as we saw in the documentary of Bray Wyatt. But obviously, sadly, Bray Wyatt passed away, and so then they slowly brought him back when he was ready. And obviously, like, honest, that was probably the most fun we've had for a debut. And then their debut was awesome.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Okay.
Yeah. That's my pick.
The thing with the best comeback is I get those, like, the comeback and, like, you see what the wrestler does with that comeback, I guess. But then there's also just like the best return.
Yeah. Sure, you can argue that.
That's separate, maybe. No.
It is separate in a way.
I mean,
so I always get kind of confused.
Are you gonna say Shinsuke?
No.
Oh, that would have been a good pick too.
That would have been a good one, actually.
That's a good one. But I want to go from last year because I remember Tony gave him best jobber of the year.
Oh,
Johnny
I
Gargano.
like it.
Johnny Gargano. I want to go
That's
back
fair.
to last year to this year. I like to do that sometimes. Look back at what happened and then see what he did this year.
Was that this
Best
year?
comeback. It was last year you gave him best jobber, and it
last
sucked
year.
because, like, he's such a good wrestler. Now look at this year. He's on top of the
he's
world
popped
now, tag team
He's
champion.
popped off.
That's comeback of the year. Yeah,
yeah.
that works.
No, that,
All right,
that
see,
would
that
no,
works.
no. So
Exactly.
the reason why War Raiders are a comeback because they were injured, they disbanded. The reason why Bray like Bo Dallas is a comeback is because he was gone for a bit. He's returned now. Look what he's doing. The idea is, they're returning, but it's what they're doing after the return. Like it's like an injury or a release. And so I would consider that a bad year, and now he's having like a good year.
His best comeback.
Yeah,
he's
for me,
legit had a great year.
For Bo Dallas, he was a jobber and he came back, and now he's a high level or a high level character, right?
Yeah.
So if he came back and he was a dud, I wouldn't say it was a comeback.
Exactly the same way I do.
So you're
War
right.
Raiders
Yeah.
were Viking Experience or Viking Raiders, whatever that name was, had a couple of gimmick matches. Did really nothing. Had that other person with them, Valkyrie. One of them gets injured, so now other guy's jumping around here and there, still putting on decent matches, and then they get the new fresh paint back to what they were once, and they start dominating again.
Yeah,
but I like that. That was a good pick. That was a good pull there, Kevin.
Yeah,
Johnny Gargano, we like it.
So let's move on to. Do we do like one of the big single ones and then come back to another?
Leave the two single ones for the end.
Okay. So let's do match of the year.
I was gonna say, why don't we do most improved?
Okay.
Yeah.
Most improved.
Most improved match of the year, and then we go to the last two.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do most improved. This is the award that took me the longest, and I have 3 other names. I can just name them and say why.
This one's crazy.
And the best thing is, I kind of just wrote this guy's name, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just go with him.
Go on, let's hear it. Dominic Mysterio.
No, because I already gave Dom an award.
Okay, who
so
do you
I
have?
want to give him another award, even though he could fit into this one too. Because I gave him it last year though, and he's just kept improving. So
yeah,
it's Braun Breaker.
No, I like that. That was the guy I was thinking.
And not necessarily his wrestling, because we know his wrestling's always been good. You know he's a very athletic guy. It's more his promos,
his
personality, and his promos.
Yeah.
It's improved so much over the year, and and even the spots he's done that he's pulled off with some of the wrestlers. Like, I don't know how he's walked off perfectly fine, no injuries, nothing. So Braun Breaker, 2-time Intercontinental Champion this year, makes sense.
Potentially World Heavyweight Championship next year.
No doubt in my mind. Future
the big rumor going
heavyweight
into
or
this,
WWE champion.
Yeah, the big rumor going into Netflix is Braun Breaker is going to be the face of it, or he's going to be leading the charge of it. That's the big thing. That's the rumor that people want to see in WWE. I don't know if that's a Triple H thing she's saying. I don't know if that's just a rumor because people are so impressed right now. But
I'd see it in a few years.
Yeah, they're saying that whether he's still like Intercontinental Champion before that, but they're saying he wants to be like the main attraction. He's like one of the few people that are going to get a lot of like, I'll call it a shield. in the sense that it's going to be tough for him to lose. He's going to get a lot of protection because they want him, like how Gunther's getting a lot of protection. So yeah. But
Yeah,
you want
that's
to go,
my
Tony,
pick.
or do you want me to go?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I had Braun Breaker on there as like most improved kind of breakout star of the year. I also had well, I won't say that name just in case you say it. My pick is Chelsea Green.
That's a good one.
This
I like that.
she comes in well, her career, she comes in, I think she was in Tough Enough. She didn't make it. She didn't get signed. Well, she goes to TNA.
TNA and does her thing.
She does her thing. She does. She comes in when I think she came in when Vince was here. But
Yep.
then she got released.
Yep, and then
Or she
Possibly,
got
yeah.
injured. Yeah. She got injured. She got released. She comes back. They tell her, yeah, you're gonna do this, no problem. You're gonna do this, no problem. You're gonna fall off a ladder onto a table. You're gonna, no problem. I think she won the tag team titles with
She did.
Piper. Yeah, she did.
Yep.
And now she is your very first U.S. women's champion.
That's good.
Like,
Good pick.
Yeah,
She's a
that's
great
a great
character.
pick, honestly.
she's a great character. She's great on the mic. She's decent in the ring. She puts on good matches. Yeah, she's my breakout or my most improved person of the year.
Nice.
Good pick there.
No, that's a good pick. I was someone who I was thinking. So my pick, I had him last year as well. Our most improved Dominic Mysterio, like we said. You brought it up again. He's constantly improving, and I was thinking about him. I was also thinking about Braun Breaker, but again, I'm like, no, I gotta go deep in the bag of tricks here and pull them out because
I know you're doing.
Braun Breaker we expect,
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio we expect. Chelsea Green was a good one, but someone who I wasn't expecting to be this great wrestler is Obafemi from NXT.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
North
Yeah.
American champion, one
He's
of
pretty
the
great.
longest. What we saw, his match against Wes Lee at NXT was phenomenal. We haven't had like a big guy like that since Brock Lesnar, really. Like Gunther, sure, but like I don't know, just something different. It's just something when you see him. If you put Apollo Crews with him instead of that other dude, probably be main event for Crews. But just this guy really doesn't have a really big wrestling background. Came from shot put and is arguably one of the most brightest future stars
Oh,
that
100%.
WWE has.
Yeah.
And he's going to win NXT Championship, by the way. We know this. So that's why I say that's why he's definitely most improved. Because he's just impressed me every step of the way. I didn't think I thought, okay, this is going to be a character that just falls flat. But now he's like, he's got the crowd chanting him. His entrance is amazing. He just looks physically dominant. Oh, it's so great. That 720 where he threw, oh my goodness. He's just,
Yeah. He's
And
that's a really good pick.
he's actually great on the mic too. Well, not great. He's good on the mic. I don't want to overhype him, but he's good. He's impressed me a lot. So yeah.
That was a good pick.
Who are you thinking I was gonna say, Kevin? Because you're like,
Ludwig Kaiser,
that's a good one.
Tiffany Stratton,
Yeah.
which was my other one that I wanted to pick right away.
I didn't, because when I asked Kevin, and like, can we, like a most improved, can we have most improved or breakout? Because I was thinking Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
This
He
guy-
definitely is breakout.
Like, he was in Japan, I guess, right? Doing his
Yeah.
thing.
No, he was actually MLW.
MLW.
Oh,
Okay, so I
okay.
didn't
Yeah,
really
which is an
know
American
much
low
about
promotion.
him.
Yeah.
He comes in and he's doing moves that I'm like, my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
When I told Kevin, I'm like, watch for Jacob Fatu, man. When he
He's
and
done
then when
some crazy
Kevin
stuff.
first saw that brainy, what was that move called? Anyways, the one where he just sits on the rope and does the move. Oh, Kevin
Yeah.
was like, what the heck?
That's
I'm
the
like, yeah,
moonsault.
this guy
Board
is it.
moonsault he does.
He He's just his bag of tricks is amazing.
Yeah, no, like the other people were Fatu for me, Bronson Reed, Ludwig Kaiser,
Yep.
Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green was there.
Would you throw Logan Paul? Because he's still
No, because he's not full time yet.
Right.
Okay.
This year, because he has stated he does want to take over. This year, we'll see if he actually gets a little more full time. He might get it next year. If he's active enough, he might do.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, this one was the toughest for me, and I have to hats off to H for providing so much talent and making them improve so much throughout the year. But let you know what, we'll move on. Like we said, we'll do match of the year now, which is a big one, but also was very easy for me to do.
Let's hear it. Jeff, you got it.
CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell. It's the best match of the year for me. The match itself speaks for it. Like, it was such a good match. Crazy bumps they did. Obviously,
Great
the storytelling was already there.
Yeah.
The storytelling was already there. You don't even need like a 5-star match to even have the storytelling. And now, what a way to end off that amazing feud they had this year. Two guys who had real life beef, put them together, let them work it out, and look what it does for you. Look what Seth Rollins and CM Punk's gonna do. Maybe Roman Reigns and CM Punk, stuff like that. That's what H does. Let them work together, and it's gonna produce a lot of money for you, and it did. So that's the best match of the year for me. Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a really good one.
What did you have, Tyler?
This one I went very interesting again. I really watched it. It was one of the few matches I watched this year I really watched, and I watched again just to make sure I was correct.
I thought you were gonna.
No, I'm going with career versus title. Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland at All In.
Yeah,
I think that was one of the best matches. The storytelling was AEW has an issue with storytelling sometimes, but that was amazing storytelling. There was a lot. Obviously, Bryan Danielson winning at the end, celebrating with his kids and everything. Because everyone thought, okay, this is it. This might be his career. It was very much possible. It wouldn't be surprising. And so, yeah, I would also chalk it up to Will Ospreay versus MJF. That was another good one. Honestly, Will Ospreay's up there, and he might be Superstar of the Year.
Oh yeah.
But I still think Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland was a really great match, and that's my match of the year.
Perfect.
Before you go, Tony, I honestly thought Tyler was gonna go with the bias heat wave and go chase you.
That was so good
because you love that match. I know you.
That was a great match. That was.
I know you had a lot of fun with that match. So
yeah, I did.
I was literally getting up, and I was like, "Oh, never mind. He's not doing it." Anyways, Tony, you can go there now.
I had the two matches, but the one match was the when Cody finishes the story, but I went with Kevin on this one because that Hell in a Cell match was just the one thing back in the day with the Hell in a Cell matches. It's like once a year, they don't live up to some of the matches don't live up to the Hell in the Cell structure concept. This match, they have the first match. They have this where Drew McIntyre wins. They have the strap match where Punk wins. So they're one apiece. Settle it in Hell in a Cell. It just goes to show in a match like that, you don't need a crazy bump to make it go over the top. Those two guys worked their ass off. I love that match. That was one of my favorite matches of the year. My favorite match of the year.
Yeah, no, it was a great match. Honestly, you both mentioned it. It was up there for me, but yeah.
The only reason why, like again, I said, I bet you AEW had their pay-per-view matches have been amazing. I just didn't see them. Like I wish I had.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
Yeah. That was the one I had to watch, and it was good.
We got 2 more words left. Best female and best male wrestlers of the year. Let's move it on. Best female wrestler of the year. This one's tough. I have 3 people written down for this one. And I know a lot of people online said Rhea Ripley. Now, the only reason I'm not going Rhea Ripley is she was injured for at least half or a little under half of the year. So I can't go her. As much as how hot she is right now, and we know she's going to win the championship eventually in the new year, it's just, I couldn't go her. I'm going to go a little different here. I'm going to go Roxanne Perez.
Oh, I like that. That's a good pick.
2-time
She's been dominating
NXT woman.
this year.
She's been dominating, right? And she lost the title, and she wins it back to Lyra Valkyria. I think it was in a steel cage match.
It
If I'm
was.
not mistaken. And she's been dominating ever since. So yeah, Roxanne Perez for me is my choice.
That's a good pick.
That's actually a great pick. The one I wasn't really thinking. But my pick, I'll make it short and sweet because Tony kind of explained a lot with this pick. She did everything. She did a lot for the company this year, and she finally got what she wanted and she deserved. Chelsea Green. I am going with
Good pick.
female superstar of the year. Took a lot of bumps.
Female.
But I think she did. I think she killed it this year. I think she really did. She could have easily been world heavyweight champion and everything, but I really think she deserves it. And that's why every time she's on the screen, I'm entertained by her.
No Liv Morgan yet.
No.
Unless Tony comes in now.
Liv has been doing amazing. There was 3. I had Liv, I had Rhea, and I had one more, which I think I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick AEW's Tony Storm.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Like, her gimmick change this year was like perfect.
It was
Yeah.
timeless.
It was timeless.
Yes.
I loved it. I love the character. I love the the skits. She was amazing to watch. In the ring, obviously, she's one of the best. So yeah, I agree with Kevin. I was gonna go Rhea. She had what? Yeah, she was probably gone half the year.
At least. Maybe
Yeah.
a little less, but
Yeah.
Maybe a
couldn't
little
do
less.
it. I couldn't do it.
And then
No, that's fair.
Liv. We'll see how far she goes. Maybe next year she'll be the female wrestler of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But maybe not.
I
went
think
with
this
Tony.
year was her chance, and I was this
Yeah.
close to doing it. Roxanne Perez
I-
for me, or Tony Storm, or just
I think if it wasn't for Tony Storm, I would have picked Liv over Rhea.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a good pick. I like that. I had Tony Storm written down as well. It was Perez, Liv, and Storm for me. Best male. This is the finale here.
Ooh,
There was honestly 2 guys I had to pick between.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple others who were like, yeah. But again, I didn't watch enough of AEW. I know what they've done, but I can't give an award to someone I don't actually watch the
Right.
product to. Like, this doesn't seem right to me. So,
Fair.
I couldn't do Will Ospreay or someone like that, right? And then there's obviously Drew McIntyre. You have Seth Rollins, who's always a workhorse. But I'm actually giving this to Gunther
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
as the best male wrestler of the year. He was Intercontinental Champion. He lost it. Gets King of the Ring, Heavyweight Champion. He's going to be the Heavyweight Champion. I think for a while. I know there's some rumors going around. He could lose the title, and you could drop it to, like Rollins or something, and then Punk could lose at January
Yeah.
6th, and they could set up something at Mania. I don't know. I don't think that's
Yeah,
the
I don't-
plan.
No.
I just don't think so. As much
agree.
as Rollins and Punk is so big, I just don't think so. So Gunther for me is the best male wrestler of 2024.
The only way Gunther is losing his title, and I'm gonna firmly believe it right now, the only way he's losing his title is to John Cena. And that being said, that's why Gunther is my superstar of the year as well. You already knew, male superstar. Come on, I'm one of the biggest Gunther fans. I love the guy. He's great on the mic, like you said. King of the Ring, Intercontinental Champion, 666 days. Obviously, that's for the whole time, but he lost at WrestleMania. But still a great match. Took a brain buster on the top rope, and then of course had continued to have amazing matches and win World Heavyweight Championship, and is still dominant right now.
That Sammy Gunther match, that could have been match of the year too.
Yeah, that was up there.
That was good.
Gunther put on a show this year.
Yeah. There's so many.
Gunther versus Sheamus. Gunther,
Yeah, there's so many.
His matches.
It's tough.
Yeah, Gunther. That's a great pick. But you know me, I'm going with Mr. Cody Rhodes.
Oh, what?
Fair.
Oh,
Fair.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at me and being like, you know me, I'm a Punk guy, so I'm gonna go CM Punk.
No, he didn't do enough this year to.
Yeah, and that's fair.
With his injuries, he was probably gone half the year too.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was.
And he had one big feud, right? So.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Cody, Kevin Owens, the match that just happened at Saturday night's main event.
Roman and Cody.
Roman and Cody, yeah, winning the title.
Rock versus Cody with like the tag teams.
The tag teams, yeah.
Obviously, Roman versus Cody, finishing his story that was this year.
And he's the champ for the year. The crowd.
Who did he face at Bad Blood? Did he face someone at Bad Blood?
He teamed up with Roman.
That was when he was
Roman. Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then he teamed up at Money in the Bank, right? With
yeah, that's right. The new bloodline.
Solo Sikoa. He had the feud of Solo.
Honestly, the fact that Solo didn't get most improved somewhere there.
Can't give it to him when Jacob Fatu is doing better than him.
He's just I love Solo, man. He's been killing it this year. I want to give him
the last month or two he's been doing a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
Like on the mic and his facial.
He knows his time's up. That's why he's trying to get more time.
Yeah, he's just trying to get as much as he can get until his time's up on January 6th. But you know that we had great picks for the Frogcasties this year. We always love doing this episode. We won't be back until the new year. You know, this year though for the Frogcast, we only have a little bit more time for this episode, but it was a pretty fun year. We did our first ever live show. That was cool. Yeah. We definitely plan on doing another live show for Elimination Chamber. Definitely.
That was cool.
Yeah, I don't really know if anything you guys want to add for the next couple of seconds.
This year has been fun. This year's been fun for sure. We've done a lot of new things. We've been trying new things.
The list, the top 50 wrestlers list.
Yeah, that was fun.
I wanted to get Tony on it, but then we started already, and it was like,
It was a tough few. Yeah, it was tough for me to get on a few times. Yeah. But I'm glad. I'm happy you guys invite me. I love the show.
I really like last week's episode. I like this time, like that.
Yeah.
That episode we did. So I think we're definitely gonna have to get Tony on the episodes more often than just the pay-per-views, and we'll mix you in. Maybe you do another list or something. But yeah, you know what? That is all the time we have for this year's Frogcasties Awards show. And Tyler, it is time to ring the bell. And we'll catch you in the new year. Oh, and we'll catch you in the new year.